Thank you for tuning in to the Patricia Show. This is Patricia. Please press subscribe and like. This is part two of jealousy. So I don't understand why people who say they love you are extremely jealous of you, or family is what we were talking about. Now, when you're jealous of somebody, it comes back to you because everything that you send out come back to you. So you can't really get the happiness that you want to get in life because you're sending out for somebody else to be unhappy. Your jealousies is like a dart or a knife being thrown in the energy of someone else to block them, stop them, or harm them. Not physically harm them, but some of it maybe can, so that they can't receive any good. Like I told you on part one, the guy who had put something in his friend's drink caused him to be mentally unbalanced for the rest of his life. I just told you that in part one. So that's physically harming somebody. And then you turn around and you could say, I love this person. When you are cutting off somebody else's blessings, you might as well just cut off your own, because that's what you're doing. You're not going to have success with money or anything else because you don't wish for other people to have success. I know this girl, she's very jealous hearted. And when she seems to can't find fulfillment in love. Like you can love somebody, but either they cheating on you, or they're not the right kind, or they jealous, or whatever. It's always something. So she can't find personal happiness because of the jealous energy that she's constantly sending out to other people. And it's not only to like one person, because when you jealous, it ain't about you just jealous of one person. Honey, you jealous of everybody who don't have what you think you should have, or you want what they have. So it's not just to say, oh, I'm jealous of my sister. You jealous of your sister, cousin, neighbor, everybody else. But what you don't realize, again, and I want to stress this, when you're jealous of anybody, you are cutting off your own blessing. If you cannot be truly happy about somebody's success that they're having in their life, you are cutting off your own money supply. You're cutting off your own love. You're cutting off your own happiness because you're not wishing for other people to be happy. So how do you think you're going to be happy? It amazes me how people do these things to other people, but they think they're going to have lots of success. I know this girl that she went and she has stolen back in the day. She's stolen so many people identity. You know, that identity theft. She has did so much of that identity theft. But yet she longs to be wealthy. She really want to be wealthy. How the hell you think you're going to be wealthy and you've stolen people's identity? When you steal from somebody, you are really stealing from yourself, because we are all one. So when you steal people's identity to obtain money or whatever you're trying to obtain, you're taking it from yourself. So the money that you would have got, you might as well forget about it, because you've already taken it from yourself and put up a block or obstacle so you cannot receive it. You might as well, because when you take from anybody, you're taking from yourself. We all are one. And it amazes me that a person can go and create all these karmas. Because, she told me that she had did this identity theft. And she said, so she knows she had karmas, but she really wants to be wealthy. How could she bypass, I guess, the karmas? You can't bypass the karmas. What go around, come around. That is the law. Now, you may not have to do them all in this one lifetime, because that's why we have reincarnation in many, many lifetimes, so that we can have a chance to balance our karmas. Because you are not going to balance your karmas all in one lifetime. But you're going to balance some of them, or you should balance some of them. If you don't balance any of them in one of your lifetimes, that's, a waste of life, and you just going to have to do it over again, because karma is nothing but learning, teaching you a lesson or learning you something that you didn't know. That's what karma is. You did something to somebody, you didn't know it was bad or whatever. And sometimes you do know it's bad, but it has to balance it. So you have to feel the pain that person went through. You have to experience that karma that person went through, so that you will know not to do it again. That's all karma is. The more intense the person experiences the pain that caused by you, the more intense that karma will be around you. Because you have to experience the karma just like the other person experienced it with whatever it is you did to them. A lot of people say, well, I don't believe in reincarnation in America. Other countries do. But a lot of people in America say, I don't believe in reincarnation. It doesn't matter whether you believe in it or not. It doesn't stop the law from working. The law states there is reincarnation. We do have to come back over and over on the wheel of reincarnation until we have balanced all of those karmas. For you to say you don't believe in it, what do you think that's going to do? Stop it from happening? It's not going to stop it from happening. When you pass on from this lifetime, you will go to wherever we go to begin to prepare for your next lifetime. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. That is what's going to happen. Your belief does not change the law. So I would advise you to maybe try to find out about reincarnation and how it works, so that you can understand it better rather than blind your eyes to it. So I'm going to tell you, so back in the day when the Oprah show was on, Oprah used to always talk about, her therapist or whoever will be on there. And they do this now on the different stations. Family is number one. You don't have anybody but family. Family is this, family that. But like I told you on the first cassette, when this man got an illness, he had nobody to turn to. None of his family would help him. And at the time, I think he had 5 or 6 brothers and sisters, grandkids, one daughter. Nobody helped him. And this was his family. He ended up going to a nursing home where he constantly would catch pneumonia. So you know that means they're not watching you. The window or something is open. I think his brother's girlfriend used to come every day to check on him. And that's the only reason the people started in the nursing home halfway treating him decent, because somebody was coming. So he ended up going to the hospital like every 2 weeks, eventually dying. So now you say that's all we have is family. That is all he had, but wasn't nobody in his family there for him. Not one person was there for him. But I have to say his brother's girlfriend, she was. Far as she would come see him every day. Even when he go to the hospital, she would go see him every day. She would massage his back, stuff like that. It was his sister that put him in the nursing home. And then Deborah went to see him. The nursing home smelled like pee. So the sister didn't even put him in a good nursing home. But you want to tell me that's all we got is family? Again, as I said on the first cassette, Jesus stated in the last days, your enemies would be within your own family. But you want to preach to me about family is everything? People, we must stand up and think for ourselves. It took me a long time to really get this and try to halfway pull away from my family because I could see that they were pulling me down. I would cry all the time. Didn't understand why certain members were so jealous of some of the success that I was getting, that they knew about. You know what I mean? I didn't understand that. I would just cry or get off the phone if they would say something, to me or be jealous of what was going on. I would just get off the phone and cry. Because as I was getting ready to say, Oprah used to say this, and they still say it now. And, to family, like I said, family is everything. So I thought, well, okay, maybe I'm supposed to just not pay attention if they jealous. Maybe I should just don't pay attention because they ain't going to hurt me because they family. And deep inside, family love you. This is what I said because I'm listening to these people out here, these so-called gurus that's telling you all this shit. Excuse me for the language. But it leads you wrong. It's not leading you right. If you know that the devil is within your own family, why the hell you going to stay there and be close to them? But I did that because I thought, well, maybe I don't know something spiritual. All these spiritual gurus out here saying family is this, family is that, always gonna be your family there. You ain't gonna have nobody but your family there. It's my family that's pulling my ass down. Do you know, let me tell you something. One time the doctor called me and told me I had rheumatoid arthritis. I refused to claim that. I said, oh no, I ain't even thinking like that. But at first, I was really emotional about it. And, I was crying because I think I read about it and it was saying you could go blind and all this. Oh, my God. I started crying. So I called an extremely, extremely close relative of mine. And I was crying on the phone like, oh, my God. Do you know what she said? Listen to me closely. Do you know what she said? I didn't mean for that to happen. So I'm thinking to myself, what the hell she mean? She didn't mean for that to happen. What she got to do with me getting rheumatoid arthritis? Why would she say she didn't mean for that to happen? Now, this particular relative is into witchcraft and stuff like that. So after I thought about it, I'm thinking to myself, my God, did she do something to me? Did she try to put a spell of some sort on me? This is my family. And I don't want to say who she was, but she was the closest family member to me biological than anybody else. So I don't want to say who. I let y'all kind of think about that. But she would say something like that, giving me the impression that, hey, she tried to do something to me. But she didn't mean for me to get sick with rheumatoid. She just meant, well, what did you mean? What did you mean? When I turned around and asked her about it a little later, she didn't say anything. And then she just said, well, I didn't do anything to you. Well, why would you say that? That don't even make sense for you to say I didn't mean for that to happen when I tell you that the doctor said I had rheumatoid arthritis. What did you mean? She never addressed that. She just started screaming and hollering and I am really flabbergasted that you would even think I did something to you. That's what people do when they cover it up. But that same person, I said to her one time, I know you tried to do something to my sister. Leave her alone. What did you do? She lied and said she hadn't did nothing to her. And then she said, well, my friend practiced Whitaker, I think you call it. And I just had her to just send back the negativity to her that she sent to me. But she ain't sent none to you. So in actuality, you really did try to do something to her. You see what I'm saying, people? This is a close relative, as close as they get. So don't listen to these people out here. Family is this, family is that. Go by your own spirit, what the Spirit of God tell you. I have to go to part 3. This tape is going off. Thank you for tuning in.